So far we've set the stage, we brought in our reference photo, and we created a layer for shadows and highlights. We're going to make another new layer and call this layer Color Palette. What we're going to do on this layer is create a color palette or a set of colors for skin tone. We're going to use the shadow and highlights layer as the spot that we're going to pull our color palettes for skin tones from, so that way it gives us more of a illustrated look. How we're going to do that, we're going to take our rectangle tool, and over here somewhere on your artboard off to the side, doesn't really matter, we'll hide it later, just off the face somewhere. We're going to hold shift, doesn't matter what color yet, just make a nice perfect square like that. And then I'm going to take the eyedropper tool down here. We need to change the setting on it. Almost all of these tools, if you double click on them, opens up options for that particular tool. We want this tool raster size sample. We don't want to pick just from a point, we want to pick from a 3x3 pixel average. So we're going to click that, click OK. And then what we're going to do is go from light to dark on the skin tones in our reference photo. In this particular one, I'm not going to click this very bright spot because that's kind of a glare. It's not very flattering, right? I'm going to go just kind of right off of it where we have more of that lighter skin tone like that. And then I'm going to take my selection tool. I'm going to hold Option and Shift, and drag down the screen a little bit like this, giving us a gap, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Eyedropper tool again. And on this one, we're going from light to dark, so we're looking for one of the darker skin tone colors, something like that. Next, with the selection tool, I'm going to highlight both of those. We're going to do a technique called blend. Alright, so we're going to, or shape blend, I think is what it's technically called. We're going to come up to Object, Blend, and Blend Options with both of those selected. And we want to go to specified steps, right? Yours is smooth color, so we want specified steps 4. And click OK. Doesn't do anything yet. We then have to go back up to Object, Blend, and Make. And you can see that now it went from that light color to from our highlight to our shadow, and various skin tones in between, like you see here on the face. After you've done that shape blend, we have to Object, Expand, click OK, and then we have to Object, Ungroup. That gives us individual ones now. Now if we highlight them so they're all selected, we're going to come right here under our Swatches panel, click on New Color Group, call it Skin Tones, and you'll notice I have Select Artwork checked, so that's going to add all of these, and we can click OK. And that gives us a range for our skin tone color palette. Lock that and hide it for now. We don't need it for now. And that will get us started with a nice kind of color palette swatch just for the skin.